The allegory of the cave by the Greek philosopher Socrates speaks beautifully and profoundly of our seeming reluctance to embrace freedom, connection to others, and love. Even though it was written thousands of years ago, it still rings true. It tells the story of prisoners whose whole world consists of shadows thrown on the cave wall in front of them. When one of them is freed, he has difficulty adjusting to the bright light of the sun and the vibrant, tangible world that's become unfamiliar to him. Better the devil you know, I guess. If your life has been one of constant struggle, would you even know happiness if you tripped over it? If you've been miserable for a while, then misery can feel almost normal, but it's not. We've all been in situations that we knew weren't good for us. Unhealthy relationships we stayed in until something spit us out and we woke from what seemed like a bad dream, shook the mist out of our eyes, and expressed our deep and abiding gratitude that the cage door swung open enough to set us free. Sometimes it's easier to see the limitations that bind other people than to see our own, often self-imposed. People who could have reached the stars who instead crashed and burned on the bright stage of life. Sometimes we inadvertently hit the glass ceiling of our limitations. Not long ago, I watched some of the top golfers compete against each other in a tournament. As it got down to the final holes, you could see the pressure was getting to them. The leader was a young man, barely in his 20s, who, despite the difficulty of the course, was in the zone and clearly comfortable with the idea of winning. Behind him were a couple of other golfers who clearly were not. At critical times, they missed shots they would have normally made with their eyes closed. It was an incredible display of self-sabotaging beliefs at work. What I love the most about sports are the human interest stories. During the Winter Olympics, one of the announcers commented on this, how this young Canadian skier had no need for the team sports psychologist because he firmly believed anything was possible. He proved it by skiing flawlessly and winning the silver medal, which at 17 is pretty impressive. Yeah, we have limitations, but it's what we do about them when we bump up against them that really matters. My latest strategy is to sit down and follow a simple process. First, I am eternally grateful that this hitherto hidden belief has shown itself to me, because once you can see it in all of its glory, that's more than half the battle. Then I take this belief that I hold and I give it some love and appreciation for trying to keep me safe. But like an overprotective mother, its presence is too restricting and suffocating for the person that I've become and the places I want to grow to. Because slowly I'm learning to embrace what I would have been afraid of before: freedom, connection to others, and love with a capital L.